right down in, right there.
Wait, how do I adjust this headset?
To, what do you need?
Like, just to tighter.
Tighter? Can take the, shrink that guy down a little bit. Is that tighter?
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Okay, we're going. Okay, we are going to set up our equipment here. We're going to the practice area, so we're just going to put this airport's code in here, just so if we ever have to get back, we know. And Glendale is KGEU. And so it'll say we're right there, basically. It goes off of where the tower is.
Okay.
So COM2 is our ATIS, so we're going to listen to that guy.
3008. Expect visual approach. Runway 1 is in use. Advisories. Loop tower and approach control are open. Advise on initial contact. You have information Lima. Glendale Tower, information Lima. Time 1448 Zulu. Wind 300 at 5. Temperature 13. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3008. Expect visual approach. Runway 1 is in use. Advisories, loop tower and approach control are open. Advise on initial contact. You have information Lima.
Okay, so we have our ATIS. We're good there. The frequency here, 11800 is ground. 12100 is the tower here. If you hit this button, it'll switch. Whatever one is not highlighted is the one you're on. So the highlighted one is one you can change. Okay, you see how that changes?
Yeah.
And then you put it in the active one by hitting that little button there. We'll get rid of these messages. And that's just telling us how to get back to where we are. Okay, so avionics master's on, radios are all set, lights are good, ATIS is copied. Brakes are, we'll check the brakes real quick. So we're going to roll forward. I'm going to press my brakes, make sure we stop. Then we're going to roll forward a little bit again, and you're going to make sure your brakes work. And that's the top. We're going to push down on the top of those pedals, okay?
Like any of them? Like any of them?
Both of them at the same time.
Okay.
So there's mine, okay?
All right.
Okay, go ahead. There you go. Okay, and the right one controls the right tire brake. The left one controls the left tire brake, okay? Okay, flight controls are free and correct. Got enough room there, so we're good. All right. Enunciator panel, we'll check it, it's good. Airport diagram, so we're gonna come over here. We know where we're gonna be. Right there, and we do have some people in flying around. Okay, so we're ready to taxi, so we're gonna call Glendale Ground. Glendale Ground, Cessna 2157 Hotel on the ramp with Lima for a south departure.
Cessna 2157 Hotel, Glendale Ground, runway 1, taxi via Alpha for southbound.
Taxi via Alpha, runway 157 Hotel. Okay, so here we go. And we use the rudder pedals to steer the plane. Okay. So if you push it in, that's the way you're going to turn. And the whole time we are looking to make sure we're not going to hit any other planes. And he said we have clearance to taxi via Alpha. Okay. So what that means is we can get on the taxiway. on a compass, right? So we know what way we're headed. We're headed almost south. And we're going 14 knots right now. They don't like us going over 15 knots, but it is a long way down there, so we try to go as fast as we can, as safely as we can, because it will charge me basically $205 an hour as soon as we started the engine. It started charging me. And the FAA says that I can only ask you guys to pay for half of that. Because I'm not a commercial pilot, so I can't get paid for my piloting skills. I'm a private pilot, but the FAA says, hey, we understand it's expensive, so if you want to ask passengers, if you're a private pilot, you can ask them to help pay for up to half. You can, up to 50%.
Take Venmo?
I can't do Venmo because my Venmo account is locked out, but if you have a Cash App, or I have Square, I can do a credit card, or if you just want to pay me cash next week sometime, that's fine too. Anything, whatever you guys want. Except for Venmo, because my account's locked out, I couldn't get the money. Because somebody hacked my Venmo account in Russia somewhere, and so they locked it all down, and I can't get access to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, tell me about it. So, basically with an airplane, this airplane, a 172, will fly itself. I mean, if we hit the gas, it will eventually take off, and it will fly straight and true, and it's a pretty solid airplane. It is not fast, though. We'll cruise somewhere around 100 knots, so 110 mile an hour roughly, which in airplane speak isn't very fast, but in ground speak, it's pretty quick, right? And we don't have to stay on roads. We can go wherever we want. This is what they call a run-up area. We're going to test out the engine before we go, because we don't want to have problems. There's an airplane landing right there. Okay. So brakes are set, fuel selector set to both, pitch trim set, electric trim we're not going to use, flaps are up and verified. Mixture, we're going to leave it pretty rich. Pitot heat, we'll maybe turn it on a little bit. It's kind of getting colder out, but it's not that cold. Circuit breakers are all in, engine instruments are looking pretty doggone good. Fuel quantity has been checked and visually checked. The clock is set, and we started the engine about 8:15. So we'll try to land about 9:15, so do an hour, okay? Comm and nav is set. We're going to switch over to that guy, and we're also going to get our next radio frequency because we always want to stay ahead of the airplane. We don't want to get caught behind it and have to fly and do something else. We want to stay ahead of it. And our next... There you are. The next area we're going to be is the Rainbow Valley practice area, which is 128.925.
9594, make left turn.
So we're going to set 128.6.
Taxi and ramp monitor ground.
925.
Now 6, taxi ramp monitor ground.
So that's our next frequency. So now when we get out there, all we have to do is hit the button. We don't have to go tune anything in. So we always want to try to stay ahead of the plane.
Okay.
Autopilot we're not going to use. We're going to run up this engine. There's 1800. Making power. Good there. Going to test the magnetos. Should see about 100 drop. Yeah. Yep. So about 100, both of them. Instruments are good. Vacuum is good. Gator panel again. Throttle, we're going to throttle to idle. Lights are on. Now GPS is set, navs are set, radios are set. Seatbelts are good.
November 94 Charlie, left turn Alpha 6, taxi and ramp monitor ground.
You're good?
Charlie, left Alpha 6, monitor
Yep.
ground, thanks.
Okay. Kevin Norris, okay, our runway briefing, our takeoff briefing. We are going to be taking off runway 1. We're going to be making right traffic, and we'll actually turn out there and head south of those mountains right there. It's a VFR flight, which means it's visual flight rules. We're not going to use instruments. We're going to use our eyes and make sure we're safe. We're going to go down to the practice area. You're going to do steep turns. We'll stall the plane a little bit, let it fall out of the sky, see if we can make your mom cry. Okay?
Look.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. If there is an emergency during takeoff, we will try to stay. If we're on the ground, we're going to stay on the ground. We're not going to take off. If we're just above the freeway, but we have enough runway left, we will land the plane and exit the plane, right? If we are less than 500 feet and there's an emergency, we will land on a road or a field or wherever looks soft. If we're above 500 feet, we'll probably have enough altitude above the ground. We can actually turn back. We'll declare an emergency, try to land on the runway. Okay. If there's an emergency any other time, we will get in contact with some people. We'll try to find the safest place to land, and we'll just land the plane normally as if there was an emergency. Okay.
Okay.
Our rotation speeds, when we lift off, we will lift off at 65 knots.
656 here, Papa, lift turn
this
out for
plane will fly at 65 knots.
656, taking Alpha 6, taxi to
The emergency landing locations around here, there's a bunch of them. There's Goodyear Airport that way, Deer Valley Airport that way, Luke Air Force Base if we really do, but we don't really want to, because if we land at Luke, we'll probably spend the night in jail and then be released. And then the company that I rent the plane to will make me buy the plane because the Air Force won't give it back. So we would probably go to Phoenix or any of the other mini airports that are around here. Pattern altitude here is 2,100 feet. So when we come back to land, that's the pattern altitude we'll use, 2,100 feet. Our destination is the Rainbow Valley practice area. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Here we go. Takeoff briefing is complete. Our transponder is set to alt. It is, and it's 1200. Good there. Okay, so we're on the tower frequency. We're going to scoot up there and see what we can do. You ready?
Yep.
Glendale Tower, Cessna 2157 Hotel, ready to go, runway 1.
Cessna 2157 Hotel, Glendale Tower, right down departure is approved, runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Right downwind departure, and we are cleared for takeoff. Thank you very much, 57 Hotel. We're going to make sure there are no airplanes over there before we get on the runway. Make sure they're not going to land on top of us. We have an air traffic controller, and he should watch that for us, but we always want to double check. We're going to give ourselves power. There we go. Try to keep it on the runway. We're going to watch our airspeed. We do have airspeed now. Airspeed's the most important piece of equipment we have in this airplane. There's 55. There's 60. There's 65. Rotate. We are off. You're going to climb at about 75 knots. Not our best climb, but it's good enough. What do you think?
I didn't even feel like getting off the floor. This like instantly flies went up. I didn't do anything.
Kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
So we're coming up on 600. If we're at 1600, we're about 500 feet above the ground. So right now, if there was a problem, we'd probably land on some of that soft dirt over there, I'm thinking. Okay, that's 500 feet. We're going to turn. And he said we were approved for a right downwind. So right now, we are on the crosswind, which should be a 90-degree angle from the runway. Still climbing. We want to get to 2,100 feet because that's pattern altitude. And we are still in his control. And we do have the wonderful Class Bravo
Glendale
airspace.
Tower, Cessna 66018 is over PIR. Looking for full stop with information Lima.
Cessna 66018, Glendale Tower, straight in runway 1, report crossing I-10.
Straight in, runway 1, report crossing I-10 for 66018.
Okay, so now we're going to turn downwind. And we will continue to climb because we want to get to 3,500 feet when we get out over the practice area. So that's the stadium over on our left over there.
James was just over here yesterday with his dad for the car show.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
And that's, I don't know if you can see it right out in front of us is PIR. That's where this plane is going to be coming in. He just said he was over PIR. That's this guy. We're going to pass right by him. So there's 2,500 feet. We have to stay below 4,000, but we will still climb up to 3,500 feet as we go. And he should clear us off Freak here before too long. The gap is that where the two mountains kind of level out there, that we're going to pass through the gap.
No way.
Are you, Brandon, are you steering it, or are you?
Right now the plane's flying itself.
Frequency change approved.
Wow,
Frequency change proof, I said no tell.
so cool.
Okay, so he approved us to change the frequency. We're going to leave it on him just in case there's a problem. We do have another plane coming in. We're going to stay on this side of him. So there's 3,000 feet. He should be passing on our right-hand side about 500 feet below us. And we will climb up to 3,500. That guy, you should see him down there. Do you see him?
Nope.
Do you see Goodyear Airport right over there?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
The airstrip right over there? See the landing strip?
Oh, I do know. Yeah, the plane.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy should be coming right beside us over here.
Oh, I see him now.
You got him?
Yeah, you see him, James?
Nope.
He's down below the right.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, there he
Directly
is.
to the right.
I see him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there he is. Good, we got him.
He looks so small. Looks like a little paper glider, you know?
Yeah.
Glendale Tower 66018 is crossing the I-10 right now.
Cessna 66018, runway 1, clear to land.
Cleared to land, runway 1, 66018.
Okay, go ahead. Airplane's yours. You can fly a little bit. You ready? So we're going to head right towards PIR. Do you see it out in front of us? Head right towards it. Once we get to it, we're going to head towards that gap right over there. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do I do? Can I put my feet on the pedals?
You can, yeah. I'll control the pedals just so you don't have to worry about it, but we want to stay 3,500. So we want to do that. go, and head towards the gap there. And straighten it up. To straighten up a plane, you got to give it the other way.
Oh.
So the plane will stay in the configuration you set it in. So if you say, hey, turn that way, when you come back to neutral, neutral is where you left it. So you have to come back to get it straight again.
Okay.
And so we have a few different, so we have up and down, right? That's that, right? We have left and right, so this, okay? And then we have what they call yaw, which is our rudder, okay? And so we use all of those control surfaces to keep the plane as level as we can keep it while we're doing stuff, right? There you go. Nice. So we're at 3,500 feet. Rainbow Valley Practice Area, Cessna 2157 Hotel, entering the practice area at the gap. We'll be heading south along the South Mountain, Rainbow Valley. And we want to go over here beside these mountains. So let's go that way. There you go. Good. We'll just head that way. There, yeah, straight that way. We'll get out in that little practice area and then we'll have some fun. 128.925 is pretty bad. Please. Hey. Rainbow Valley Practice Area, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Okay, so we're coming up on 4,000. We're going to stay at 4,000. Okay. See the mountains? It is a beautiful day to fly. There's not a whole lot of wind. Okay, so this little area out here will be our little play field, okay? So we need to stay at 4,000, so let's go down. Boy, that squelch is bad. He's having problems. Feel the bumps?
Yeah.
That's the wind on the mountains.
That's the winds?
That's the wind, yeah.
Wow. So how do you know if you're like too high or too low?
Well, I know that the Class Bravo airspace is at 5,000 feet and we want to stay under it. So that's how I know. Once we're past this line, so technically we could go as high as we want, but there's no real need to climb that much higher. We'll just kind of play right out here.
Howdy, everybody. So my GoPro died at this point, and so I didn't get to show you all of the wonderful faces that he had while he was flying. We were doing some steep turns. I would show him a steep turn, and then he would do one, and then we'd go the other way. And then we did a couple of just power on stalls, which are pretty easy. And that's pretty much what we did out there. I sped this video up. It's sped up basically 1,000 times, so it's moving pretty quick. So here's one of the stalls. You see we kind of fall a little bit there. We turn around, make sure we're clearing the area, and then do another stall. You'll see there, boom, there we go. And then I think we turn around and do one more stall. And then we head back. So I'm hoping he had fun. I am sorry that my GoPro turned off. I don't know why it shut down. It had battery, it had space. I'm not sure what was up with that. I did eventually fix the squelch on the radio. That was kind of getting annoying, but that was fixed a little bit, kind of right when we were doing our training. I was like, I'm just going to turn the squelch down so I can't hear it. And then we head back basically to Glendale as we go here. So I will let the video continue, and I will turn the airplane noises back on because those are a lot of fun. And then we land and get out of the airplane. And that's pretty much the flight. I hope all your friends liked it, man. So enjoy. Talk to you later. Bye. Tools. This feels okay. Okay.
Glad I didn't eat before. Sheesh.
Good deal. We can get out. We'll push the airplane back. And you gotta squeeze out.
Wait, I want to get a picture of you.
Yeah.
Hold